Hello everyone and welcome back to my spiritual world. July started with golden sunshine, but soon the rainy seasons arrived. In Korea, this time of year is known for its monsoon, rains and high humidity. It was such a lovely sight seeing the entire city covered in umbrellas. People moved together under the gray skies and there was a quiet softness to the streets. There is something deeply poetic about the way each season and the type of weather expresses itself through the nature. For me, everything holds a symbolic meaning, from sunshine to storms, blooming flowers to fallen leaves. To be honest, a few years ago I was not the biggest fan of rainy or windy days. I used to wait only for the perfect weather and perfect days. But with time I have learned to embrace every form of nature's expression. Now I find beauty in even the smallest, quietest moments, like the rhythm of raindrops or the dance of wind through the streets. I will share more about rainy days in another vlog, but today I want to take you with me to a place I visited on one of those rare warm days in mid-July. It was called Gilsangsa Temple, where the sunlight gently kissed my skin and time felt like it slowed down. Korea is home to countless temples rich with history and spiritual meaning. As I mentioned in my previous video, temples are my sanctuary, places where I ground myself, reflect and recharge. After spending lovely laughter days with my friends, I decided to visit a temple I had never been before. It felt like the perfect time to explore somewhere new and reconnect with myself. Since arriving in Korea, I have been embracing all kinds of new experiences. As someone who thrives on activity and adaptation, immersing myself in the local rhythm is important to me. Still, I make it a rule to dedicate at least one day every couple of weeks solely to myself, a quiet escape into nature for solitude and reflection. For years now, journaling and planning have been my tools for balance. I started writing during high school as a way to process emotions, and it slowly evolved into a habit that helps me map out my life, often 2 to 3 weeks at a time. These days, even small tasks like buying a bread or take out the trash tomorrow find a place in my planner. Life becomes lighter when our minds are a little more organized. So I planned this temple visit as one of those gentle, soul-soothing days. Although I have access to nature around where I live, I don't have a private garden of my own. Still, I make it a priority to go outside, explore nearby green spaces and breathe in fresh air whenever I can. That connection to nature has always been essential to me. Since childhood, it's been my place to escape from tiring and boring days. Growing up before smartphones and social media took over daily life, my world was shaped by play and imagination. I used to spend hours outdoors after school, running around with friends in gardens, yards, and playgrounds. It was a different kind of reality, one I hold close to my heart. Today I notice how many children grow up in the digital world, often spending endless hours online. While technology has its gifts, I'm grateful that my childhood was deeply rooted in the natural one. Korean summer, when it's not raining, can be intensely hot. You will often see people walking with traditional hats or umbrellas. I am still getting used to carrying umbrella myself, but I'm taking my time with it. Unlike many other early July days, the one I chose to visit Gilsangsa was especially hot. In just a few hours, I found myself stepping into the restroom several times, not only to wash my hands but to escape the heat and rest for a moment in the shade. But despite the temperature, this day turned out to be deeply meaningful. I had read a bit about Gilsangsa before going, but only on the surface. That changed the moment I arrived. At the entrance, a kind young woman greeted me and asked me if I knew the history of the temple. Her words sparked something in me. After our short conversation, I was curious. I wanted to know more, and what I discovered surprised me. Unlike many other temples in Korea with centuries-old origins, Gilsangsa is quite modern. It was once a luxurious restaurant owned by a well-known traditional Korean entertainer. But after developing a deep interest in Buddhism, she made a life-changing decision. She donated the entire property to one of the most respected monks in Korean history, Popjong Snim. Popjong Snim was famous for his teachings on non-possession. The idea that freedom doesn't come from needing more but from needing less. As I wandered through the temple grounds, the message started to take root in me. The atmosphere at Gilsangsa is something hard to describe, so peaceful and so grounding. While the outside world rushes by at full speed, here time slows down. I watched monks walking calmly through the gardens, fully immersed in the quiet lives of meditation and discipline. Even from afar, their presence radiated peace. It made me pause and reflect on the world we live in, how much it revolves around success, material gain, and constant productivity. Of course, I'm not against material life, it is part of our human experience, but I could not help but wonder, what if some of us were meant for something different? What if we have become so caught of society's expectations that we have lost touch with our true selves? This visit made me reflect on my own attachments, not just to things but to people. From my teenage years up to my early 20s, I was deeply emotionally attached to others. And more often than that, it only brought me pain. Whether it is material or emotional, attachment can easily turn into dependency. Eventually, I realized I needed to let go. It was not easy. I had to learn to spend time alone, to enjoy my own company, to understand myself outside of anyone else's presence. It was a long journey, but today I'm so proud of how far I have come. I have started to prioritize my own needs, my thoughts, and my peace. And something beautiful happened. Once I truly accepted myself, I began to love others more clearly and more purely. Without any expectations and without any control. I learned that love grows in freedom, not in attachment. That day at Gilsangsa reminded me that letting go does not mean losing. It means becoming more free. Through many struggles, I came to see how deeply the idea of non-possession speaks to me. Letting go of attachments, whether to habits, people, or expectations, is incredibly hard, but it's also where the real freedom begins. To love someone truly, we must first understand and care for ourselves. Love is not about holding on, it's about allowing others to simply be. I used to believe others were the problem, but as I looked inward, I saw that my own reactions and sensitivities often played a role. Healing and growth takes time. Detachment takes time, and that's okay. Everyone moves at their own pace. To me, having no possessions does not mean material things. It means being free, being comfortable in your own company. Not constantly waiting for someone else to make you feel complete. It means letting others live freely too without trying to control or fix them. Sometimes no one can come with you, maybe it is too hot, too humid, or life just gets the way. But go anyway. If you want to travel, learn, or try something new, don't wait around for others to join you. Start on your own. You will be surprised how many like-minded people you might meet along the way. If you want to film yourself but feel shy expressing yourself in front of the others, remember this. Most people are not really paying attention. They might glance at you for a second, but they will forget it just as quickly. Everyone is busy with their own thoughts, so don't hold back. It's your moment, not theirs. People often give advice based on their own experiences. They speak from their past, their pain, and their regrets. If someone has not healed or is dissatisfied with their own life, they might tell you to stop dreaming, to get real. But they are only talking about their life, not yours. And same goes for people who have grown through their struggles. They are the ones who will encourage you to keep going, to try new things, to believe in yourself. And as for me, I don't wish to give hope to anyone. I just want to awaken faith. The quiet kind that stays even when nothing makes sense. The signs are not loud, but they are everywhere, and they have been waiting for you too long to be noticed.